child, we have got to get our things in order before we want to try to read people, okay? And I don't care how much skin you got in the game. At the end of the day, you have a bad take, you got a bad take, okay? Sit there and marinate in your bad take, okay? We all had bad takes before as content creators. We've all said things that's like, maybe you shouldn't have said that, or maybe you should have worded that differently. Stand your ground, or just don't say nothing no in response, because this whole Funky Dineva situation really kind of gets under my skin. You know, I talked about this on my TikTok page when he initially made the take that he did with his little Fox Soul show or whatever. Basically, he was talking about Chloe Bailey, but really they were originally talking about Holly and how she's pregnant and everybody around her is trying to act like she's not or whatever. And then jumpstart to you coming for Chloe for defending Holly. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. To get you guys abreast of what's been going on, I'm going to play what he initially said that really got it started, and then I'm going to play his little response because I guess he was trying to apologize or trying to double down on what he was saying. But anyway, here y'all go.
I can officially say I don't like her. Chloe Bailey is so goddamn lame to me. First of all, girl, you are Miss Preppy Ashley from the suburbs. Then you came out, you was being all promiscuous and shit, and then now you trying to be a gangster. None of it is fucking believable, girl. None of it is believable. And I'm probably gonna catch a lot of backlash for this. And without that makeup, she ain't cute. She should have never showed up on that camera with that fat ass face without no makeup. She ain't cute. You're not believable. You're so goddamn inauthentic. That's why your shit ain't selling. All right, that's number one. The girl is clearly pregnant.
Okay, yeah, so we're gonna stop here. Yeah, you know, like I said before, I said this time and time again. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, even though it's a stupid ass opinion. And at the end of the day, I made my video, I made my piece. Everybody made their video because a lot of people were enraged. There was a lot of people stitching my videos. I'll get into that a little bit later. Yeah, I think he crossed the line. I think that you wanted to have a different type of conversation, which was for a different topic, because the topic of discussion was Holly potentially being pregnant or not. You took it upon yourself to come for Chloe unprovoked, because it's not like, you know, she defended her sister in a way, like she basically said, put some respect on my sister name, or keep my sister name out your mouth. Whatever she said, harmless and normal for a sibling to do to another sibling. Makes no sense. But see, that wasn't the case. You wanted to have the conversation of her being inauthentic, and that's what it was. That's what it boils down to. You were trying to find a way to really piece that topic of discussion in, because we've been having this conversation ever since she dropped her album, her debut album, that y'all was saying that she wasn't authentic and that she'd be faking it, and that she's playing up for her sexual side, all for whatever type of clout that she's trying to get, or whatever the case is. Okay, now jump starts, and now he makes a response because apparently he got some backlash, and like somebody said in the comments, child Parkwood sent him an email. Okay, so because he made his little response, I guess, rebutting the whole situation. I didn't see it yet. I'm gonna watch it with y'all, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts on this whole situation, child.
Oh, well, I got the people on the line. Y'all know how this goes, right? When you work somewhere and something controversial happens, the company comes out and makes a statement, or the person that works for the company comes out and makes a statement. And I always sit on this very platform and be like, that shit was so fake. Ain't nobody believing in this prefabricated statement that this person read, and it's phony. And with that being said, I'm not going to give y'all one, right? I did get the phone call. I did get the email. We think that you should provide an apology and show some remorse. And I didn't want to get up here and just say some regurgitated stuff that I was encouraged to say, because y'all are not going to believe it anyway, and it wouldn't be believable, especially considering the fact that I said what I said with my whole chest. I 100% stand 10 toes down on the fact that I think Chloe Bailey is inauthentic when it comes to her as an artist. I think that the sexual image that she gives sometimes is unbelievable. And I think that in her defending her sister, the whole, you know, clapping back, and I just thought it was inauthentic. I do. But I also recognize that that's probably where my commentary should have started and stopped. I don't have my head too far up my own ass or so far in my own ego that I can't recognize the fact that I did cross the line when I started talking about her looks. That was below the belt. It was unnecessary and it was non-germane to the story at hand. And for that, I do apologize. So again, I apologize for going below the belt when referencing Chloe Bailey's looks. They had nothing to do with the story at hand. And this was a learning lesson, and I hope to move forward and not repeat it.
People were thinking that there was like a personal thing with you guys. Like, did she do something? Was it like a background? Because you know how you came for the looks so hard.
Claudia
like,
Jordan
was there anything personal? Was it just?
I personally don't think I came super hard, but I also recognize the fact too that Chloe is unproblematic, especially with the Black community. She don't bother nobody. Even I have to say that. And so people are going to be extra sensitive when it comes to our unproblematic princesses in the community. So, I mean, I totally get it. And like I said, I can look back on it and realize the looks portion of my comments is where the line was crossed. And I do apologize for that.
I appreciate you doing that. I definitely had a lot of messages in my inbox, especially Black women. They're like, you know, he's coming for us and we support him the most. And I think a lot of women were definitely hurt by that.
That's his target audience is Black women. But when you sit there and make comments like this, it just, to me, like I said earlier in this video, I felt like his whole thing was he wanted to talk about how inauthentic Chloe was and really not talk about the situation at hand, that Holly was pregnant. Okay, at the end of the day, yeah, you should have kept it like that. When you went in and talk about the girl looks, I don't know where that came from. Now, a lot of people in my comments are saying this is like deep-rooted misogyny, which is definitely true. And let's talk about the whole inauthentic conversation, because I feel like we had this conversation about Chloe every couple months or so. The thing is here's my thing. Okay, we have an artist that is just breaking out into the game as a solo artist. She has been a person that has been known as a child star, and she was very looked at highly, and she was handpicked by Beyonce, and now she's on Parkwood and she's doing all this stuff, right? And there's this expectation that she be how people think she should be, when in all actuality, this is a grown-ass woman that is choosing to explore her sexuality through her music, and it may not look authentic, but it's what she wants to do. Everything he said, he should apologize for everything he said, honestly, because she is unproblematic. It's not like she's in your face with it. It's not like she's like no problematic like reality star or anything like that. Like, she's just a person that's literally trying to make music and trying to make a name for herself in this industry, whether or not it's some type of calculated push for her to appear more sexual or not, which I think it's not. I think she has 100% control of her music. I mean, she clearly, because when we see Holly, she's not as out there as Chloe. So these girls have control over what they can do. Like I said, nobody really knows what's happening behind closed doors. But when we talk about Chloe, I think that we just are very harsh when it comes to creators. And and he should know this, child, because when you first came on the scene with your tired ass wigs and your tired ass outfits, trying to act like literally a caricature of a Black woman, let's be very clear. I mean, I'm pretty sure you didn't look authentic when you first came out. And I'm speaking to creators only, like people that create content, people that make music, people that do whatever. Like, at the end of the day, when you come in and you make content, and not just content that's just, because you have to be different to other people. You have to come out different. You have to do something different that's going to really wow the people. And that's with anything that you do when it comes to this entertainment space, right? Funky Dineva should know, because he made a name for himself just basically cosplaying Black women to appear to a certain demographic, to get them to laugh, to get them to mess with your stuff. And now you became the media maven that you became. Okay. And now your content is authentic. You don't just come into the game and your stuff is going to be 100% authentic. Not saying that her stuff isn't, but I'm just saying that it's not going to be 100%. Okay, she is still finding herself, and I don't understand why, because you've seen her this way, and I get like this when it comes to a lot of childhood stars. It's like y'all want them to be frozen in the time that they were in. They came in as children. Of course, they can't do the stuff that they really want to do because they too young. Okay, they get older and they want to start exploring things and they want to start doing different shit with their content or whatever they got going on. So we see Zendaya, and my thing is this: like, we see Chloe, you know, as a child star, and then she became who she is, and she did the music that she's doing, and it's a problem. But like when Zendaya was doing Disney, and she on Euphoria snorting coke and all that, ain't nobody had no problem with it. Ain't nobody had to, like, I feel like it's also a double standard with certain people. I think that she's exploring it. It's not coming off as natural as we would like it to be, but she is trying, and I think that she will eventually find the way. Now, like I said, that was a separate conversation that needed to have had. Okay, if you really want to have that talk, you should have had that somewhere else, but you tried to insert it, and then you try to use her looks because you was just trying to read at that point. And mind you, everybody getting on your ass because I'm like, girl, looking how you looking. How the hell you gonna call somebody ugly or they don't look good with they makeup? Like, do you know we have receipts of you? Do you know we have like receipts of your ass? And I know this is probably part of your skits. I mean, wearing foundation lighter than your skin to make it look like a mask. I mean, the wig not being on right, child. We seeing you leave it. I'm just saying, like, what? You don't have no room to freaking talk. They got your feet posted all over, child. The fucking bunions and shit. Ain't got no room to talk on somebody ugly. I'm glad you apologized for that. But honestly, you should apologize for everything else. Honestly, like he said, very unproblematic. She do her music. She go home. She don't say much. She'll defend her sister. That's about it. You thought that was inauthentic. Who doesn't defend if it was somebody in your immediate family came from whatever bug-eyed folks that you share the same blood with, you ain't gonna be defending them. You ain't gonna be going to bat and windmilling for them on social media if somebody came for them. Child, please, no. They are thick as thieves. Okay, they are very close, and when one person get called out, you know the other one's gonna be windmilling. That's just how they are. That's how Chloe and Holly always been. Child, I you know, it really just doesn't make any sense to me. And yeah, you had to come out and you had to address what you said. I don't know, child. Tell me what y'all think about it in the comments.